Hello guys, good day to you all. You are welcome to Geo's Review channel. Today we are going to Ekene Umenwa's TV's video titled Love is Not Enough. Featuring in this video are Ekene Umenwa, Stanley Igboanugo, Onyinye Okafor and others. This story was about Telma, kind of woman that's built her home with sacrifice and unwavering loyalty. Doing all it takes to keep her home, she is strong, self-raised, and having a perfect life. She has a loving husband, beautiful children, and a thriving career. Along the line, she was forced into a toxic polygamous arrangement initiated by her husband's family, just because her husband Paul cheated on her, as well as married a personal assistant who's got married for her husband, that is Cynthia. The family pressured the husband, that is Paul, to marry, as in do the traditional wedding in order not to allow the pregnancy to stay outside the wedlock. Without knowing that Paul has lost his job 2 years ago, and it has been the wife, that is Telma, that has been taking care of everything, all their needs, feeding, housing, transportation, even children's school fees, as well as the money he has to send to her own, to his own family. Telma didn't allow any outsider to know, even our closest cousin's sister, Vicky, to know that the husband doesn't have any work, and she has been the one taking care of the family and of the home. And this PA, Cynthia, that even came after cheating and becoming a second wife, she doesn't even know how to talk to respect and to humble herself. And this even wasn't the matter. And the way Paul has been behaving. So at the end, we could see that on a series of occasions, Cynthia demanded for money for her to spend, as well as to take care of herself and the unborn child. And with that quest, she always demands for money from Paul without knowing that Paul doesn't have any job. So it was along the line that Paul allowed to let Cynthia know. And that Telma, became strong, as in the situation has brought out the lion in her, that she doesn't take any nonsense from the husband Paul, from Cynthia, as well as the mother-in-law, as well as the sister-in-law. And that was how it continues even when the in-laws, the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law came visiting. They were expecting the normal treatment they normally receive before Cynthia, the second wife, came into light. And lo and behold, they were so disappointed in that the treatment as well as the food they would eat, shows that something is really happening in their family. And they had to call on their son and the brother Paul, that what is really happening. And it was right there that Cynthia now confessed to the mother-in-law and the sister that their son Paul doesn't have any job, and it's been Telma, the wife, that has been taking charge. And this kind of endurance, as in the humbleness of Telma and the kind of woman she has been, is not other common. So it seems Paul take the advantage of it, because Paul's friend has always been with him and telling him that he has done the wrong thing. He has really offended Telma, that he had to find a way to apologize, as well as to approach Telma's cousin, sister Vicky, to be able to talk to her. But you can see that at the end, all efforts to make Telma to, accept Cynthia at the end, of course, she can't accept with the kind of behavior that Cynthia is exhibiting. You don't expect that. And they could, at the end, plan, Paul and Cynthia could plan to destroy or kill Telma. So you see that they were trying to dupe her. And that was when she got to know, and she has been planning herself. She sold the house and packing her things gradually, before eventually, finally, when Cynthia and Paul now arrange for them to poison her, by poisoning her drink, so as for them to lay hand on her laptop and tamper with her bank details, and without knowing that she had it in mind, and she knew that that was what they would resort to, because neither of them, neither Cynthia nor Paul, was working. So she had to plan herself, make Paul to drink the juice that he wants to give her as a poison to make her to sleep, and also attack Cynthia, locked her in the toilet, and that was how she took her children and left the house, went to her cousin's place, that is Vicky, and from there she and her children, left for the airport, and that was how they left the country. She left a note behind for Paul to see, and we could see that this kind of an error is hard to be able to say you will forget and you still stay, because your life will be at stake. And it's a real story Not ordinary story, but a lesson to others out there, most especially the ladies that likes to put eye on other people's home or husband or whichever, the wife. You have to learn from this. I implore you all to watch this video, like, share, and comment on it. That love is not enough to keep a home or to keep a partner. Although we have the quote that to err is human, but to forgive is divine. But this kind of forgiveness, one needs to be a little bit careful. Not to say you forgive and at the end you lose your life at the end. So, who are we to blame Telma for eloping with our kids? Thank you all for watching. God bless you all.